Flosstube. This is Beth, aka the Desert Stitcher, and this is Flosstube number 1. Yay! I am hopefully working up the courage and will upload this to YouTube. Otherwise, I'll just probably watch it myself a few times. It is also the first weekend of Stitchmaynia, and boy, am I excited. Last year, I wasn't able to do Stitchmaynia the full month because I was in a car accident, so that kind of waylaid my plans. This year, I am really looking forward to doing something every day this month. Probably more towards the end of the month I'll get more accomplished every day than I will right now. I have final exams next week, so my stitching time is a little limited. And we're working from home right now, but our hours are reduced because of quarantine, self-isolation, stay at home, COVID-19, however you want to put it. But I was working from home prior to this anyways, but just with full-time hours. So, how am I doing Stitchmaynia this year? Well, first, I decided I was going to get myself the Stitchmaynia journal. Yay! I ordered this off of Amazon and I got it in about 2 days, so it was really quick. So I'm going to be putting everything in here day by day, how I'm doing. It doesn't have numbers of stitches, but I'm going to be adding that into the boxes. And let's see, I got to fix something real quick. Oops. All right, so for the first day, I spun the Tiny Decisions wheel. You'll forgive me. Please be nice. It's my first time. So, the first day, I am using the Tiny Decisions app. And I loaded everything up on the wheel. And the first day, I gave it a spin. And I got Long Dog Sampler. Now, my wheel is a mix of whips and new starts. And I did give a couple gift stitches that I'm working on, more than one space on the wheel. So hopefully I'll land on it a couple times during the month and can get some work done on these projects. So, okay. Now, I started the Pilgrim with Long Dog Leap Day Sal, which was started by Two Martini Stitcher. So you can look it up on Instagram. It's hashtag Long Dog Leap Day Sal. So it's any long dog that you want to stitch on. So I still have a very teeny tiny start. It's kind of embarrassing. But I am starting to see the tops of the villages. And I stitched in that little bird. I wanted to make it a bluebird, but I'm not sure I'm digging that. I am stitching with mostly 4245 DMC Variations Mystical Midnight. I don't know if you can see the colors in here, but it is really pretty. I love this one. And I'm going to be adding in a couple of jewel tones and even a little étoile. Add a little sparkle. I'm thinking the horse might be a little sparkly in his mane. So, that is where I am with this one. Kind of embarrassing. I haven't gotten more done on it, but maybe I gotta adjust the camera. I'm hoping that I'll get this on the wheel again this month. I'm allowing the wheel to hit twice on an object, so maybe this will get again later in the month. I hope so. There are 2 days that I'm not going to be hitting the wheel, and that is on the 13th and the 25th. So the 13th, I'm going to do Dark 13 stitching, so something with a Halloween or a dark theme. And then the 25th is Merry 25 stitching, also on Instagram. And so I'm hoping to get some Christmas work done. Be nice if actually I could give out a few Christmas gifts that are stitched this year with a Christmas theme, but we'll see. Okay, so day 2, I was really excited. So I did the spin this morning and I got a new star. Yay! I love this one. This is the first heartstring samplery I've ever worked on. And I love this one. This is heartstring samplery and it's Coffee Drinker's Confession. Can you see that? It's a riot. It says, I don't have a problem with coffee. I have a problem without coffee. I definitely have a problem without coffee. Now, because my hours are reduced and I'm really watching the budget, I'm not buying any new fabric or threads right now, or new patterns. What I am doing is I've got a good bit of stash, so I'm hitting up my stash and just going with what I've got. And I'm actually over the moon happy with this one so far. So I started it today, and this is what I've got so far. And I really like it. I love the colors. I wasn't sure about the colors at first. And yeah, there's my TARDIS. I'm a Doctor Who geek. Okay. I'm using 18 count Fiddler's cloth. And I really love the little slubs and variations of thread colors in here. And I think it just goes beautifully. I wasn't 100% sure I would dig the colors in this. Other than I loved the coffee verse that it was on here. I wasn't 100% sure about the colors. But now that I'm getting to it, I just love it. I'm hoping I have a paper to turn in a few hours. So I'm hoping once I get done with my paper on paleontology that I will be able to get in a few more stitches on this tonight before I go to bed. We'll see. I hope so. So, okay, so that's that one. Now, what else have I got on my wheel that is a whip? I have got, now this one I got from my local L&S shop, which is the Attic in Mesa, Arizona. And I absolutely, this is my working copy. I make copies of everything, so I have it. And I can write on it. This is Daily Walk in the Woods by Carolyn Manning. You turn it. And it's all these beautiful trees. And you can, and she even suggests you can change it up however you want, do different colors. Like I took this tree and made it so it wasn't so perfectly symmetrical on both sides and changed up positions on a few of the leaves, changed the colors. Use color variations down here for the trunk. And I'm just having so much fun on this one. I don't get to stitch on it as often as I would like, but I find it to be a really relaxing piece to work on. So I'm doing this on 28 count Lugana, 1/1. And yeah, this is just so relaxing. I love stitching on this, and I'm hoping it comes up on the wheel twice this month because I just really enjoy this piece, and I love, 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 love how relaxing it is to work on. I think Carolyn Manning has some wonderful designs that are great for meditative stitching and de-stressing. Well, all of cross stitching is de-stressing, but I think, but this one particularly just, I really enjoy it. It's just, I'm going to be sad when it's finished though. Okay, so next one. Okay, so be kind. I know you're all kind anyways, and if people from Stitchmaynia are watching by any chance, because they were so supportive of me starting my own channel. So if any of you are watching, I know you guys are going to be kind because Stitchmaynia is the best Facebook group. So I don't think my nieces are watching, but if you're watching, leave the room. Did you leave? Okay. So, this is a gift stitch. And this is Blue Morpho Butterfly. It's from Hade, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is my first Hade. And it's been a bit of a challenge. Never done full coverage before. And trying different things out with it. Parking, the dangling ending threads, tent stitch. And I'm using the Easy Grid, but let me tell you, I've decided I'm doing this on 20 count Easy Grid, and well, I think the butterfly is going to be outstanding when I get it done. I'm finding I'm doing the background in tent stitch, and I was going to do the whole thing in tent stitch. And I discovered I'm not a huge fan of tent stitch and 20 count. Maybe the higher counts, 28, 32, that kind of thing. Well, I'd love tent stitch. Not particularly on 20 count. But that's my own personal opinion. That's not a commentary on it overall. That's just my opinion. Okay. So, I think, alright, so the background is all in tent stitch. And then the butterfly is full cross. And I think this is going to be absolutely stunning when it's done. And I think I finally got a rhythm to it. But yeah, I struggled with it a bit. And I think I'm finally coming around on this one. But Hade really got me back into stitching when I was in a slump. I kind of lost my stitching bug for a while, and then I found out about Hade and these full coverage pieces, and went on the site and went a little nuts. But I am digging this one now that I've kind of found the rhythm to how I want to do it. But this is a gift stitch. I was hoping to have it done this month, and I don't think it's going to make it. But there's always Christmas. All right. So, with getting back my stitchy bug by discovering Hade, it also got me back into the original things that I like to do, which was more samplers, primitives, houses. I loved to stitch houses. And so I discovered, when I was looking for fabric, I discovered the Attic and Mesa, and they've been a huge help. I can't wait till they open again. As soon as I get my hours back and they're open again, I'm going there. I actually have a few patterns on hold there. Huckleberry Farm and Plum Street Samplers seasonal salt boxes. Which are small little ornaments, but they are so pretty, and I love salt box houses. I'm originally from the Northeast, and yeah, you don't see many salt boxes here in Arizona. All right, so next one is, this is my, I'm sure there's an acronym for it, but this is my Forever Whip. So, this is the one, I kind of lost my stitchy bug because I made a big mistake on this one, and I just stopped stitching for a while. It was my only whip at the time, and you can tell by the Walmart price tag that I've had this for quite some time. But this is Paula Vaughn. I love her designs, and this is Summer Breeze. And just look at that house in the background and the quilt. I'm not going to stitch the lady in the background. I'm just going to keep that background and leave that part off of it. But, oh my gosh, yeah, that house is just stunning. I'm absolutely loving it. And the quilt and the tulips. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. All right. So, I have this on my scroll frame. and I have it in a very oh my gosh, I can't talk today. I'm so sorry. I have it in a fancy plastic bag. Okay, so here's Summer Breeze so far. And this is my boo-boo that I still have to take out. But I'm going to take it out and I'm going to start working on this again. This should have all been one thread, half stitch. And it's not. I did have a really good friend in my craft and chat group that suggested I do a fade, which would be like starting from here and going down to the one thread across the rest of the pattern, where this is in the background. And I'm going to play around with that and give it a try and see how I like it. There is a woman here, an old gray hair woman with a basket that I'm not going to stitch. I'm just going to keep going with the background. And then I started down here towards the swing and that gorgeous quilt. But I mean, look at the detail on that house. That is just amazing. I do love Paula Vaughn. I have quite a few of her patterns. And I'm looking forward to this coming up on the wheel because I do want to fix this and I want to get going on it again. So what do I have next? Let's see. Oh, by the way, 2 Martini Stitcher enabler. I just love her. So probably 2 Martini Stitcher, Kansas City Girl, and a Colorado World, Stitching Mommy, Jen Hicks Creates. Those are probably the, oh, and Jessie Does Stuff, and Farm Girl Loves Quilts, and I'm building up quite the list of Flosstube channels that I am watching. And I'm just, especially now, I'm really watching the Stitchmaynia ones to see what everybody's working on. That is so much fun. Okay, my next one, now I always want to pronounce this artsy, but it's artisy, I think. So I have several artisy designs. In fact, I bought last year a couple as gifts to do for some family members that are doing some traveling these days as way to remember where they traveled to. Like there's one that's Italy and another one that's France. So, but I love this one. The reason that I love this, well, the stained glass and the hummingbird. My mom loves hummingbirds. And this is stitching up actually very tiny. And I'm going to do it as an insert into a box, a jewelry box, and give it to my mom. So hopefully this will be done for Christmas. I think it will, because it stitches up very quickly. And yeah, I'm doing this on 25 count. So not much done yet. But yeah, I love these colors. I think it's just going to be beautiful when it's done. So there we go again. Yeah. She loves hummingbirds, so I think she'll really enjoy this. I have not seen her since March because of COVID-19, and I'm hoping I get to see her again soon. She unfortunately just celebrated a milestone birthday alone. But we did deliver a favorite meal to her and had a Zoom call. So that's about the best we can do given these circumstances. But I do really miss her. She's the reason why I'm out in Arizona and not back in the East Coast. Well, anyways. And, oh yes, please forgive me because I do say a lot, and I'm working on it. I promise I'm working on it. All right, what else do I have? Okay. I think I forgot to print the picture of this one. This is my nemesis. This is another Hade, and it is super dark. I apologize I didn't get a picture of it before, but it's Magellanic Cloud, so it's a NASA image, and a very authentic NASA image, and it's going to be stunning when it's done, but I'm having such a hard time stitching on this one. I'm really not enjoying it, but I know the end result is going to be gorgeous, and it's a gift project. So, and I know they're going to love it because they're so into NASA and NASA images and anything that comes out of Cape Canaveral. They are just over the moon. Okay, now this whip is really interesting. I'll tell you why. It's kind of special. When I moved out here to be with my mom, she had a ton of cross-stitching stuff, but her eyes, unfortunately, she had stopped cross-stitching several years before that. So I got all of her cross-stitch stuff, which was mostly all different kinds of fabrics, all different kinds of Aida and Hardanger. Not very many well, there were patterns, but they're all working copies, so she doesn't know what happened to the originals. Okay, but there was one original, and it's a whip. It actually has the fabric and the floss, and it's all there. Well, it didn't have the floss, but the fabric, the pattern, and she had 2 working copies in with it, and the picture. So this is an older one. I'm not sure. It says 1993 on it. Oops, sorry. And it's called Santa Collector from Jen Lynn. And that is kind of cool. That is really neat. I love Santas. So I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. Oh, let's see. And I was going to say, it doesn't say what fabric count they included. But, okay, so this isn't my whip, but I'll be finishing it. This is where my mom left off. Isn't that pretty? Look at the Santas. Okay, so she got a lot of it done, but there's like no faces. So I'll be working on that. So I think maybe this will either, I have it on my wheel, but I may put this as my Merry 25 stitching and try and finish and give it to her, hopefully as a Christmas present. We'll see. Yeah, but I just love this. And I had never seen this pattern before. And it actually, all the stuff Mom gave me for cross stitch sat in a box for quite some time. This is during my I have no stitchy bug period. So I pulled this out and I gotta do this one. Now she did this, it looks like it's 14 count, I'm guessing, but it looks like it's 14 count, and she did it with 2 threads, which normally wouldn't be my thing to do 14 count with 2 threads, but I think this is coming out really nice, so I'm going to do it. All right, so I think that's about my whips. Yeah, that's most of my whips. New starts. Okay, so new starts that are on my wheel. So I had a new start today with the coffee one from Heartstring Samplery. That is one I just love. Okay, so I got a stack. Hang on 1 second. And these are patterns that I bought Oh, some I bought years ago, some are recent. I have a couple Nashville releases. Attic Needlework, the Saturday after Nashville, had a little get-together thing to show off what they brought home for Nashville. So yeah, I was there waiting when the doors opened to check it out. Fiber Talk showed all of the Nashville releases over the weekend. So I already had a list. The one thing that I'm waiting on is the Huckleberry Farm, which had already was gone by the time I got there. So I missed out on that one. Because they did a little preview for Attic Addicts, which is a membership thing, and I wasn't a member yet, but I might be at some point. So I missed out on that one, so I have that on order, and someday I will get it. All right, so what do we got? So, my Nashville ones. Oh, I love these. Let me grab the other one. Okay. I think I would have put these in order before I got them, but I wasn't planning on tapping Nashville first. So, okay. The first one is Teresa Kogut, Pet All the Dogs. Now, why do I have Pet All the Dogs when I've got 2 cats? This has a Hug All the Cats option on it. So it changes out the whole bottom of this and says Hug All the Cats, and there's little cats on the bottom instead of dogs. But isn't that pretty? Oh, again, the house. I absolutely love this. That is so cool. So, yeah, that's on my wheel. And I'm going to probably stitch this on 28 count. Lugana over 1. Maybe. We'll see. I'm thinking that. Next one. Oh, I fell in love with this when I saw it on Fiber Talk. Had to have it. Homewards. This is by Rosewood Manor. And Karen Kluba, I've emailed with her, asked her some questions, and just so nice. So I'm really excited about doing this one. It is on my wheel. And, oh goodness, excuse me. I am doing this with the called for sulky threads, which this will be my first time using sulkies. But I love the colors. 2 of them have variegation in it and just beautiful. But look at all that. That is going to be just amazing to stitch. Okay. And the other one, this one I've seen a lot, and on Flosstube, and it's no wonder because the wording on this couldn't be more perfect for this time. This is Seeking Refuge from the Scarlet House. And yeah, it's perfect for right now and what we're going through. And it's just perfect for real life too. You know, our home's supposed to be our sanctuary and our refuge. When the world seems to be out of control, I find a way to nurture my soul. Seeking refuge with needle and thread, the angst and anxiety no longer I dread. Isn't that wonderful? I cannot wait to stitch this. House. I love houses. This is just going to be amazing. All right, and third and final one from Nashville Needle Market. I also got from the attic. And this is, can't get this bag open. There's a lot of glare. It is from Annie B's Folk Art, and it's Thread Needle Street. I love this one. roses. I also love the saying on this. It is, we don't say goodnight till our stitching's complete. That's how we roll here on Threadneedle Street. Can't wait to do this one. I'm so excited. Let's see if I can get this back into this sealed plastic bag. Ah. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Don't you love seasonal allergies? And plus now with COVID-19 going around, it's like you sneeze and everybody gives you stink eye if anybody's around you. All right, next. I really fell in love with Homewards. And so I started looking at what else Rosewood Manor has to offer. And found this, my favorite flower. Dreaming of Iris. Isn't that gorgeous? I cannot wait to stitch this. I think this is going to be almost kind of as meditative as Daily Walk in the Woods. Because, you know, there's that sense of accomplishment of just getting these little individual irises around completed. Let me get my finger out of the pattern here so you can see it. Yeah. Totally digging this. I don't know if I will do the biscornu. Okay, guys, I got a question. What is a biscornu? I see so many people talking about biscornus and doing them, but what do you do with it? I guess I just don't get it. Maybe if somebody can tell me. I think they're gorgeous, but I'm just not sure what they're used for. Or if they're not, they don't really have a use. They're just decorative. All right. Next one, I've had this for a while, but I absolutely love it. And let's see. Oh, I do have the thread here. So, Quaker Virtues by Bygone Stitches. I'm just, yeah. So it's got all the different virtue words on here, which are a little hard to see because on this one it's very light. Oh yeah, hi, that's Chloe. All right. Yeah, it's hard to see on here. But it says like community, simplicity, equality, integrity. And I'm thinking I will do this on 28 count. With Monet's Garden. Another DMC. See if it can focus here. Come on, focus. There we go. Yeah, so I love this color. So I think I'm going to do Quaker Virtues all in that. And wow, I'm already been talking for 30 minutes. Oh my goodness. Gonna fight with me. All right, I'm gonna put you away later. All right, so next I have Say It and Cross Stitch, which is just a little one, but it's fun, and it comes with a hoop and the threads. It's a little kit, but yeah, I can't adult today. No, can't adult. Refuse to adult. So that's going to be one of the little ones, and that's a quickie. I've also got, this one is an older one as well. And it is Box of Fall. And house. And it's an actual photo of the stitch and not just a drawing or graphic. But really terrific. And I think Now the other ones I have to show you are all papers. Oh my goodness. So, they're all PDFs. So one of the other long dogs that I have is Foursome Reel. And I'm going to work on this one. And possibly this one. I'm not sure about these two yet, but definitely this one. I love all the Quaker motifs in here. I just think it's gorgeous. And I'm thinking about doing like a medium blue and all kind of real pale colors in here. So we'll see. I haven't completely decided yet. I've pulled threads and fabric. Whether or not I stick with it will be another story. Okay. Then this one, oh, I gotta show you this one. This is so cool. And I need to look up the name of the sal that's going with this. Because I saw it on Instagram, and there's a sal going for this, and it's also very appropriate for this time. It says, it's from Jane Austen. And it says, there is nothing like staying at home for real comfort. Isn't that pretty? And I don't think this will take very long to stitch. This is from Modern Folk Embroidery. They have a shop on Etsy. And yeah, this one is just fantastic. And the pattern name is called Real Comfort. So I'm going to stitch this on sand, Lugana, 25 count. And with the call for, I was going to do this all in the dark Confederate, the dark gray that they have on here. But I'm thinking I might use a green variegated around here. A dark evergreen might be really pretty. But that's my thought on this. And so I watch Two Martini Stitcher all the time. Also, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. And she had mentioned a while back Practical Magic, which I absolutely love that movie. So, she had this pattern, and I had to have it. It's on Etsy. And it is Things I Know for Certain. And yeah, I just can't wait to stitch on that one. Isn't that amazing? Always throw spilled salt over your left shoulder. Keep rosemary by your garden gate. Plant lavender for luck. And fall in love whenever you can. And then I've got a couple freebies from Be Well and Stitch. And where was the other one? So I have two from Night Spirit Studio. This is Self-Isolating Bat. I love this one. I saw somebody do this kind of in reverse, but with an albino bat, and I just thought it was really cool. So I may do that. I may do an albino bat. And then this one is also heartstring samplery. So I've got the coffee one, and now I have this Be Well and Stitch. If you're not familiar with it, check it out on Instagram. It's hashtag Be Well and Stitch. So many of our amazing cross-stitch designers have put out freebie patterns for this difficult time that we're in. And I'm so appreciative, and thank you to all the designers that came out with such amazing things. So like the Night Spirit Studio, this is Heartstring Samplery. There's lots of other ones out there as well. And it's really worth checking out on Instagram. So it's hashtag Be Well and Stitch all together. Alright, so this one wasn't a freebie, but it was only $1. And this is Alone Together by Curious Print and Patterns. Again, it's on Etsy. And I was thinking, I had a funny little thought. In honor of Two Martini Stitcher and Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World completely enabling me. I just love their videos. I was thinking, like, here for Two Martini Stitcher, I'm going to do a murder wall. And I was thinking over here or this one, I'm going to do all books in the background and make it look like a bookshelves inside. Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World usually does her videos in front of bookcases. And she talks about books on the end too, which I love. I'm an avid reader as well. And then Two Martini Stitcher Burgundy Murder Wall. It's a story. You have to go watch her videos. They're wonderful. Alright, so I was thinking murder wall, bookcase. I want to do one for Jan Hicks Creates too. I don't know, maybe I can turn these into hibiscus. There's a lot of hibiscus in Hawaii. Or maybe I should put cactus there since she's moving to Arizona. Hopefully soon, Jan. I'm crossing my fingers for you. Besides, I would love to meet you in person. All right. One last one. Woo! We're almost done. Oh, I'm sad. And this is another long dog. Yeah, I don't like that company at all. No, I want every pattern made by Long Dog. I want every pattern made by Rosewood Manor. Yeah, it's a problem. All right. So, this is Rosemarkie by Long Dog Samplers. And this is stunning. So, it's hard to see in here, but there's a good bit of black work in the corners. And, again, I'm going to stitch this one on variegated or, yeah, some kind of variegated floss. I just haven't decided what yet. But I have this beautiful pale green, like almost a seafoam green fabric, Lugana fabric that I love. And I haven't stitched anything on it yet. I'm thinking I might do something with this one on that seafoam green. That would be really pretty. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to have to think and ponder that one a little bit. So, I am off to finish a paper for paleontology and then hopefully get in a little stitching before I go to bed tonight, get a little more done on my coffee sampler. I am so glad you watched. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like button and subscribe. I would love to have you subscribe. I am aiming for once a week. Crossing fingers. My finals are this week. So once those are done, I am going to have some more free time until August. No school this summer. I won't know what to do with myself without having to study. So, yeah, I hope you'll join me again. Thank you so much if you're watching. And I'll see you again next week. And we can talk what I got done with Stitchmaynia for this coming week. Yeah, tonight I'll be spinning the wheel for Sunday. Yay! I love Stitchmaynia. I love the Stitchmaynia community. You guys are just amazing. Most of the Facebook groups that I'm in are just amazing. And Instagram, so supportive. And keep doing those floss tubes. I love seeing what everybody's doing with Stitchmaynia. And I'll see you soon. I'm having a hard time saying goodbye. So that's it. Bye. Go home. You're already home. Never mind. But thank you.